I welcome you to NTSL Wisdom Mining Podcast, our show where I, your coach, David Eyiangho, reveals how wisdom impacts your daily life. Thank you for being part of the show. I appreciate your investments of your time to train your mind. That is indeed the hallmark of problem solvers. They are always learning. I call them learning machine like myself. Today's show is about parents and their children. If you care about people suffering from poverty, make sure every child is born to a married mother and father. If you care about violent crime, do everything you can to ensure that every child is born to a married mom and dad. If you care about educational failure and want to stop multi-generational dysfunction, end the curse of children growing up without fathers. This show is very dear to my heart as a coach with focus to raise fine men to be fathers in our homes. So go and grab a cup of drink because I want you to give me your undivided attention in the next few minutes. Our show also comes with complimentary deep dive into some of our show topics during our 3% Inner Circle monthly online marathon meeting. Most of our podcasts also come with GameChanger Coaching eNote. For info on how to join the Inner Circle, the web page is ntsl.com/3%. That is as in 3 and then PERCENT. That is ntsl.com/3%. As usual, my podcast is always evergreen. This is because these are timeless principles for mankind on which we can build the ever-changing world, confronting challenges head-on and continue to win. This is a show for family and finance. If you are new to our podcast, I welcome you and thank you for joining NTSL Family of Winners. Please do subscribe to the show from whichever platform you are listening from. This will ensure you get an alert when there is a new dose of wisdom on things to do with your family and your finance. I also want to sincerely thank you, as always, for all that you do in telling other folks about the show, because without you doing that, there is no way to explain the steady growth that we enjoy. And we find it so gratifying and so encouraging in preparing this show for you every week for the past 3 years. But today, I want to talk about something that is very close to my heart, and that is the effects of indoctrination megaphones against father-led home, a family, the institution of marriage created by God, not by man or not by church. Don't make that mistake. I have no doubt in my mind that the gift of the principle is one of the priceless gifts a man or a woman born of a woman can ever give to our children. All the indoctrination megaphones make being a good parent a daily challenge. No matter what buttons you push or how detailed your plan is, children tend to surprise us with what society is teaching them, especially at schools and medium like TV, internet, and social media. Children are human beings full of complexity and their own individual natures. We cannot program them like robots. That is why when you raise children with the guardrails from the principles of God, the creator of mankind, who gave us the blueprints on how to live a successful and fulfilled life on earth, at very early age, the future of those children can be predicted. Whenever a group of people suffers from the pathologies of crime, poverty, homelessness, the main culprit is always fatherless families. The key reason we are having so many problems in society is because of fatherless home. Any law enforcement department in any country of the world will confirm to that true. If deep down you are a reality denier, that truth will not affect you in any shape or form. You are not the group of people I want to talk to today. I want to talk to people who are working really hard to build a better future for their children, raise children who will one day become model citizens in our society. You need to be trained on how to raise model children. These are children that will grow up to be fruitful participants in society. These are children that will be spiritually matured to deal with life. These are children that will be productive in society, and we all need productive people. But the headwinds from various indoctrination megaphones are making that noble task a tough uphill struggle for dedicated parents who are committed happy warriors to not fail their children. The biggest megaphone of all is, of course, from most governments across the world that are hell-bent on denigrating family values. One of each says, a family consists of a man, that is the father, the husband, and a woman, that is the mother and the wife, and children. So a family is a father, is a mother, and children. Any other definition is illegal in the sight of God, our Creator. The Creator never told us we need a village to raise great kids. Just a father and a mother. That's all. So, before any tiny spark of freedom could be ignited that will lead to a healthy nation, father-led families need to be restored to their normative pattern. You see, the Holy Bible, the only book that has never been out of print in over 500 years, is the human creator's manual that contains ultimate revelation of laws and principles given to mankind to live successful and fulfilled life on earth. This is a book that cannot be ignored irrespective of your faith. The principles and the laws to live a successful life on earth are for mankind, not just for people of faith in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. Here is the blueprint of a family as instructed by our Creator. I'm quoting now a verse from the Bible. Speak to the whole community of Israel and say that on the 10th of this month, each of them shall take one lamb to each father led home. They shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts of the house in which they are to eat it. They shall eat the meat that same night, roasted over the fire with unleavened bread and with bitter herbs. That is a quote from Exodus 12 verses 3 to 8. I don't want to go into detail, but I just want to point out some things to you. Here, it's very important. That's why you know the Bible is not just a history book. It is a message to mankind. Our Creator, there are so many gods out there. It's amazing. Some of them have 1 million gods in case one falls sick. But the God of Abraham and Isaac is the only God that, when you go through the Bible, all the Bible is about human beings. Every other gods out there, they're about themselves. The deity, that's all. Is God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel is the only God that chases after his children. That's why the Bible is so unique. There is no book like it. I can tell you about the 17 main religions out there, Confucius and all that, but that is not the topic for today. But God said the meal must be eaten in a father-led home. I have a podcast, about an hour-long podcast about that issue. But today is not the day for it. You can go back in history and listen to that podcast. But God is aware that in years to come, that the word family will come to lose much of its meaning. And the Hebrew text prophetically avoids the word. And the word actually is mispachi, which is family. Here, God uniquely stresses father-led home instead of family. The inescapable point is that before a damaged group of people can attain real freedom, they must first restore the foundational pillar of a healthy, functioning society, namely the father-led home. There is no way, there is no other way. Human beings have tried so many things, but there's no other way. So each heavenly chosen word and phrase in the book of life called the Bible holds messages such as this: father-led home. Please, I'd like you to write that phrase somewhere in your mirror, somewhere on your refrigeration. That is the way up. Because if there is no way we can raise fine children, our future is doomed. But the good news is that the one simple thing that can be done to bring about a wonderful life for every child is to make sure that the child is born to a mother who is married to its father, and that he or she is raised in a stable 2-parent home. This podcast is not about protest. It is about parents. If you care about people suffering from poverty, please make sure every child is born to a married mother and father. You government leaders listening to me right now, if you care about violent crime, do everything you can to ensure that every child is born to a married mom and dad. And you social workers in government departments across the world listening to me right now, if you care about educational failure and want to stop multi-generational dysfunction, end the curse of children growing up without fathers. A father and a mother dedicated to one another and to their child, and they are dedicated to the child's education, they are going to give the child a great start off in life. And later, when that child gets big and gets married, him or her, the parents are in a position to help them. So the most important principle in life is a father-led home. Without that, there is no thriving and no peaceful society. That is the true meaning of Christmas. Christmas is not about eating until you get sick. Christmas is not about giving thoughtless gifts. Christmas is all about making a difference in the lives of our children. That is the only thing that puts a great smile on the face of our Creator, because He can anticipate a greater future for mankind. There is no greater gift than the gift of principle that says the world needs father-led families. NTSL Wisdom Center focuses is on father-led home. Talk to us today for a divine solution to your challenges in the areas of family and finance. I want you to go to our webpage, ntsl.com/discovery. There is a link button there to contact us 24/7. Remember, this is where wisdom lives, because success is 80% wisdom. If you have wisdom, you will have your world under your control. And that is all we have time for today. So I want to thank you for listening. Please let me know your number one takeaway from this show. Until next show, I want you to have a passionate and profound growth in your families and in your friendship, in your finance, in your faith, and of course, in your faith, your relationship with your Creator. This is David Eyiangho. Remember, NTSL Coaching is a safe place in an unsafe world. Stay strong, be of good courage, and above all, be around winners. You stay safe and you stay blessed.